Oh yeah, no problem. we have like a tabletop easel. And then we can put it on a stand or something. Let me see what we have.
We're doing every other one now.
We have this size, but we'd have to find a stand to put on.
To place them on. I'm so sorry. It's okay. Do you want me to take them off? I'm gonna ask them. Okay, whatever needs to be done. Okay. I can look for one. I might have some. You don't like them. Oh, I have candles. Whatever you guys need, we're completely open. Just let us know what we can assist with. And we have the carpet, of course, so if you need a towel or anything, just let us know. Where would you like us to put
Do you want us to make the size of
Yeah,
this?
I can just keep it with Jane.
Okay, well, let us know if you think somewhere along the line it's not enough.
I'm just gonna stick this.
Don't worry. Okay, gotcha.
Sometimes we have chairs right here too. You could always put a couple chairs right here.
More there, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, this is good.
Do you want me to get a sturdier one? Like maybe like the bigger one? Oh, okay, let me see what we have.
Well, we only have it, I already went in there and
Oh, that's
brought out
the-
the tabletop one. They don't want the tabletop one.
Got it. Okay.
I already brought the tabletop one. They want the, that one? Let's go to the kitchen.
Do they want the other easel going? Possibly.
Did you want me to take that other easel away?
कहने सर जरूर नहीं really fine and it's not actually wrong dame ko
That was not. It's this table. Oh, with slides. Outside of course it could be. Huh? That one's fine.
Never mind.
Okay.
Thank you. That's their stuff.
Do you have like a? It's just on like do I have my HDMI like HDMI converter? Let me grab Carolyn and check because I think she can plug it into our system. It's on your iPad. Then.
well I can actually I'm just putting it up a browser.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So it's just a slideshow.
Whenever you have a moment, if you just go to the front office, also, do you have an HDMI cord? Or do you, oh, okay. Gotcha. If you need the actual cord,
Yeah,
I
I
have
need the actual.
Okay, I have one. I can walk up.
That's it.
यावदेवो महेश्वराः यावदेव तावत् बीजयी भवो शतसंवत्सरं दीर्घमायुः श्रीमं कल्याणमारोग्यं भवतो शतसंवत्सरं दीर्घमायुरस्तु हरि ओम् इति विष्णु 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 श्रीमद्भगवतो ओम विष्णु 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 श्रीमद्भगवतो विष्णुराज्ञा प्रवर्तमान सिद्ध ब्रह्मणाः कल्पे अष्टाविंशतितमे कलियुगे कलियुगचरणे दण्डकादेशे पञ्चमदेशे रमणीकवर्षे गोतीर्थखण्डे श्रीमद्भगवतो मासानमासोतमे मासे शुभकारिके पुण्यपवित्रमासे अमेरिकाखण्डे फ्लोरिडा प्रदेशे फोर्ट स्पियर नाम्ने नगरे राशिसंसस्वेवं ग्रहगुणविशेषण विशिष्टायां श्याम शुभपुण्यतिथौ काशटगोत्रोद्भवस्य अस्य जजमानस्य स्वसुराः महाविष्णु लोक फल प्राप्ति पवित्र मासे इति कोशायां चतुर्दश्यायां शुभपुण्यतिथौ शनिश्चन्द्र वन्दवासरे ग्रह गुण विशेषण विशिष्टाश्रगोत्रोद्भविष्यात् वैष्णव धर्मपरायणाः जजमानाः अस्य जजमानस्य द्वारा काशरगोत्रोद्भविष्यात् वैष्णव धर्मपरायणाः हरिः ओम भूपेन्द्र वै शर्मणाः प्रेतस्य प्रेतत्वानि श्रवणां मुदभूर्व स्वाहा मान्धिकनाम्ना एषते पिण्डाः इदन्नमम सोम्योराग्न्या प्रवर्तमान सिद्ध ब्रह्मणः चाराः हरि ओम सर्वगोत्र वत्सस गोत्रोद्भवस्यात् अस्य जजमानस्य द्वारा हरि ओम सूराः भूपेन्द्र वै शर्मणाः स्वास्वत महाविष्णु लोक फल प्राप्ति कर्मणा सांगता सिद्ध्यर्थं सकविधि कर्मणा सांगता सिद्ध्यर्थं विश्रामे भूतनाम्ना पिण्डदान अहं करिष्ये वा कारयिष्ये हरि ओम भूर्भुवः स्वाहा अत्राद्य महामंगले मासोतमे मासे शुभकार्ये पवित्र मासे इति पौषमासे कृष्णपक्षे अद्य चतुर्दश्यायां शुभपुण्यतिथौ मन्दवासरे यथातम राशि संसस्सु एवं ग्रह गुण विशेषण विशिष्टायां अस्यां शुभपुण्यतिथौ वत्सस गोत्रोद्भवस्यात् अस्य जजमानस्य द्वारा काशस गोत्रोद्भवस्यात् वैष्णव धर्मपरायणाः जजमानस्य ससुराः भूपेन्द्र वै शर्मणाः स्वास्वत महाविष्णु लोक फल प्राप्ति कर्मणाः सांगता सिद्ध्यर्थम् अंतिम संस्कार सर्पविधि कर्मणा सांगता सिद्ध्यर्थं हरि ओम जजमानस्य द्वारा विश्रामे भूतनाम्ना एषते पिण्डाः इदन्नमम एषते पिण्डाः इदन्नमम हरि ओम भूर्भुवः स्वाहा विष्णु श्रीमद्भगवतो विष्णोराज्ञया प्रवर्तमानस्य ब्रह्मणः ओम द्वितीय परादे श्री श्वेतवाराह कल्पे अष्टाविंशतितमे कलियुगे कलिपदमचरणे दण्डकारदेशे कौञ्चपदेशे रमणीकवर्षे गोतीर्थखण्डे श्रीमद्भगवतो मासानं मासोतमे मासे शुभकार्ये पवित्रमासे पौषमासे कृष्णपक्षे अद्य चतुर्दश्यायां शुभपुण्यतिथौ मन्दवासरे यथातम राशि संसस्सु एवं ग्रह गुण विशेषण विशिष्टायां शुभपुण्यतिथौ वैष्णव धर्मपरायणाः काशरगोत्रोद्भवस्यात् अस्य जजमानस्य द्वारा ओम काशरगोत्रोद्भवस्यात् स्वसुराः वैष्णव धर्मपरायणाः भूपेन्द्र वै शर्मणाः स्वास्वत महाविष्णु लोक फल प्राप्ति कर्मणा सांगता सिद्ध्यर्थम् अस्य प्रेतस्य हरि ओम अंतिम संस्कार सर्पविधि कर्मणा सांगता सिद्ध्यर्थम् दक्षिण हस्ते साधक नाम्ना पिण्डदान करिष्ये दक्षिण हस्ते साधक नाम्ना पिण्डदान करिष्ये वा कारयिष्ये हरि ओम भूर्भुवः स्वाहा अत्राद्य महामंगले मासोतमे मासे शुभकार्ये पवित्र मासे पौषमासे कृष्णपक्षे अद्य चतुर्दश्यायां शुभपुण्यतिथौ शनिश्चन्द्रमन्दवासरे यथातम राशि संसस्सु एवं ग्रह गुण विशेषण विशिष्टायां शुभपुण्यतिथौ काशरगोत्रोद्भवस्यात् जजमानस्य द्वारा हरि ओम काशरगोत्रोद्भवस्यात् भूपेन्द्र वै शर्मणाः प्रेतस्य प्रेतत्व निवृत्त्यर्थम् उत्तम लोक फल प्राप्ति का सांगता सिद्ध्यर्थं सकविधि कर्माहान्ते संसार देवतानां तुष्टिर्थं प्रेतनाम भगवतो विष्णोराज्ञया प्रवर्तमानस्य अद्य ब्रह्मणः द्वितीय परार्धे श्री श्वेतवाराह कल्पे अष्टाविंशतितमे कलियुगे कलिपतमचरणे दण्डकारदेशे कौञ्चप्रदेशे रमणीकवर्षे गोतीर्थखण्डे श्रीमद्भगवतो मासानं मासोतमे मासे शुभकार्ये पवित्रमासे पौषमासे कृष्णपक्षे अद्य चतुर्दश्यायां शुभपुण्यतिथौ शनिश्चन्द्रमन्दवासरे यथातम राशि संसस्सु एवं ग्रह विशेषण विशिष्टायां शुभपुण्यतिथौ वैष्णव धर्मपरायणाः काशरगोत्र समर्पयामि पिण्डोपरि वस्त्रोपवस्त्रार्धे सूत्राच्छादनं समर्पयामि द्वितीय पिण्डोपरि सूत्राच्छादनं समर्पयामि ओम तृतीय पिण्डोपरि सूत्राच्छादनं समर्पयामि चतुर्थ पिण्डोपरि ओम भूर्भुवः स्वाहा चतुर्थ पिण्डोपरि ओम भूर्भुवः स्वाहा चतुर्थ पिण्डोपरि सूत्राच्छादनं समर्पयामि पंचम पिण्डोपरि सूत्राच्छादनं समर्पयामि पंचम पिण्डोपरि सूत्राच्छादनोपरि न तेषां विदते भयत् कृष्ण कृष्ण कथिना पति परमेश्वर नारायण सुरश्रेष्ठ लक्ष्मीकांत वरप्रदो अनेन तर्पणेनाथो प्रेतमोक्ष प्रदो भव अनेन तर्पणेनाथो प्रेतमोक्ष प्रदो भव अस्य प्रेतस्य अंतिम संस्कार सर्वनिधि कर्मणा सांगता सिद्ध्यर्थं प्रेतमोक्ष प्रदो भव दिव्यगन्धान् धारयामि चन्दनं वा कुङ्कुमं समर्पयामि गुरुभुवः स्वाहा चन्दनं वा कुङ्कुमं समर्पयामि दिव्यगन्धान् समर्पयामि इति अक्षराणि समर्पयामि पिण्डोपरि चन्दनं वा कुङ्कुमं वा अक्षराणि समर्पयामि ओम तत्पश्चादिति पुष्पैः पूजयामि ओम पुष्पैः पूजयामि गन्धपुष्पाभ्याम् इति सम्पूजयामि हरि ओं भूर्भुवः स्वाहा गन्धपुष्पाभ्याम् इति सम्पूजयामि गन्धपुष्पाभ्यां सम्पूजयामि हरि ओं अस्य वत्सस्य गोत्रोद्भवस्यादस्य जन्मानस्य द्वारा हरि ओं सर्वविधिकर्मणासाङ्गता सिद्ध्यर्थं हरि ओं भूर्भुवः स्वाहा इति अक्षतानि समर्पयामि अक्षतानि समर्पयामि अक्षतानि समर्पयामि अक्षतानि समर्पयामि पिण्डोपरोपरि अक्षतानि समर्पयामि पिण्डोपरोपरि अक्षतानि समर्पयामि पिण्डोपरोपरि अक्षतानि समर्पयामि पिण्डोपरोपरि हरि ओं भूर्भुवः स्वाहा श्वेततिलान् कृष्णान् तिलान् अर्पयामि ओं श्वेततिलान् कृष्णान् तिलान् समर्पयामि पिण्डोपरोपरि एभिर्गन्धपुष्पाभ्यामिति सम्पूजयामि ओं भूर्भुवः स्वाहा स्मृतियजमानस्य द्वारा पिण्डोपरोपरि हरि ओं भूर्भुवः स्वाहा इति अक्षतानि समर्पयामि अक्षतानि समर्पयामि अक्षतानि समर्पयामि ओं भूर्भुवः स्वाहा इति अक्षतानि समर्पयामि तत्पश्चात् इति श्वेततिलान् समर्पयामि कृष्णान् तिलान् समर्पयामि यवान् समर्पयामि ओं श्वेततिलान् कृष्णान् तिलान् यवान् समर्पयामि हरि ओं भूर्भुवः स्वाहा एभिर्गन्धपुष्पाभ्याम् इति सम्पूजयामि एभिर्गन्धपुष्पाभ्याम् इति सम्पूजयामि भूर्भुवः स्वाहा इति गन्धपुष्पाभ्यां सम्पूजयामि पिण्ड पर श्वेततिलान् प्लीज ओं भूर्भुवः स्वाहा पिण्डोपरोपरि श्वेततिलान् कृष्णान् तिलान् यवान् समर्पयामि कृष्णान् तिलान् यवान् समर्पयामि गन्धपुष्पाभ्याम् इति सम्पूजयामि प्रार्थनापूर्वक नमस्कारं समर्पयामि ओं भूर्भुवः स्वाहा प्रार्थनापूर्वक नमस्कार अनेन अद्य दिने प्रातः काले अस्य जजमानस्य काशकगोत्रोद्भवस्य भूपेन्द्रवैशरमणा प्रेतस्य प्रेतत्वनिवृत्त्यर्थं हरि ओं भूर्भुवः स्वाहा सर्वविधिकर्मणा साङ्गता सिद्ध्यर्थमस्य प्रेतस्य प्रेतत्वनिवृत्त्यर्थम् इति सद्गतिफलप्राप्तिरस्तु तत्पश्चात् इति पुष्पैः पूजयामि पिण्डोपरोपरि पुष्पं समर्पयामि पिण्डोपरोपरि पुष्पपञ्चरादेवनुभाय पिण्डोपरोपरि पुष्पं समर्पयामि ओं पिण्डोपरोपरि पुष्पैः पूजयामि गन्धपुष्पाभ्यां सम्पूजयामि गन्धपुष्पाभ्याम् इति सम्पूजयामि हरिः ओं गन्धपुष्पाभ्यां तृतीय यजमानस्य द्वारा ऋतुकालोद्भवानि पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि सुमाल्यादीनि सुगन्धीनि मालत्यादीनि वे प्रभो इति पुष्पैः पूजयामि गन्धपुष्पाभ्याम् इति सम्पूजयामि गन्धपुष्पाभ्याम् इति सम्पूजयामि ओं वत्सस्य गोत्रोद्भवस्यादस्य यजमानस्य द्वारा पिण्डोपरोपरि पुष्पैः पूजयामि सम्पूजयामि
I think they wanted the stream in that room. Okay. I just realized it went down, so I put it back up. That's my apology.
चतुर्दश्यायां शुभपुण्यतिथौ मन्दवान् भविष्यात् अस्य यजमानस्य पवित्रपवित्रमः प्रेतशपेत्रतनिवासान्तकासिद्ध्यर्थं चक्रेतस्यो प्रातःकाले अन्तिमसंस्कारस्वविधिकर्मणासान्तकासिद्ध्यर्थम् अस्य पार्थिवदेव पञ्चोपचारं ध्यानपूर्वकं च महाविष्णुध्यानपूर्वकं च पञ्चोपचारणपूजनं च करिष्ये वा कारयिष्ये पूजनं च करिष्ये वा कारयिष्ये सद्गुरु महाराज स्मरण करमं ब्रह्मानंदं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानरूपं दन्दातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्षणीकं नित्यं सर्वैषाभिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं नमामि सद्गुरुदेवताभ्यो नमः ध्यायामि तमैष्टदेव स्मरण करमं ससंगतकरं सकरीकुण्डलं सवितवस्त्रं सरसैक्षोहर्षं सहारवक्षस्थलकासुभश्रियं नमामि विष्णुं शिरसा चतुर्भुजम् सय्यादिष्टात् परमात्मने भगवतो नारायण स्वरूपाय नमो नमः इति मानसिक ध्यायामि ध्यानं समर्पयामि ध्यायामि ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमो नारायणाय नमः हरि ओम ओम नमो भगवाय समर्पयामि ओम स्मरणमात्रेण जन्मसंसारबन्धनादिमुच्यते नमस्तस्मै विष्णवे प्रभविष्णवे ओम नमस्तभूतानामादिभूताय गुरुपुत्रैकरूपरूपाय विष्णवे प्रभविष्णवे चम्पाय वाचो श्रुत्वा धर्मानशेषेण पावनानि च सर्वसां युधिष्ठिरशान्तनं पुनरेवाभिभाषतो युधिष्ठिरोवाचो किमेकं दैवतं लोके विपामेकं परायणं सोऽजगदुदकापिमुर्मावाशुभं को धर्म सर्वधर्माणां भवतः परमो मतः किं जगन्मुच्यते जन्तुर्जन्मसंसारबन्धनात् भीष्मोवाचो जगत्प्रभुं देवदेवं अनन्तपुरुषोत्तमं सुमन्नाम सहस्रेण पुरुषः सततोदितः तमेव चार्चयामि चं भक्त्या पुरुषमव्ययं ध्यायन् स्तोनमस्यं च यजमानस्तमेव च अनादिनिधनं विष्णुं सर्वलोकमहेश्वरं लोकादिचं सुवनित्यं सर्वदुःखादिको भवेत् ब्रह्मण्यं सर्वधर्मज्ञं लोकनाथमहद्भूतं सर्वभूतभवोद्भवं येषमे सर्वधर्माणां सर्वोदिक्तोत्तमः यद्भक्त्या पुनरीताक्षं स्तवैर्नर्चेन तत्सदा परमयो महत्तेजो परमयो महत्तपः परमयो महद्ब्रह्मो परमयं परायणं पवित्राणां पवित्रं यो मङ्गलानां च मङ्गलं देवतं देवतानां च भूतानां यो जयतिका यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि गोविन्दं युगागमे यस्मिन् तपमन्यन्ति प्रधानस्य जगन्नाथ च भूपते विष्णोर्नाम सहस्रं मे सुभावव्यापयं ज्ञानि नामानि गौराणि विधिपरिगीतानि तानि वक्ष्यामि भूतले ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो नारायणाय नमः ॐ विष्णवे प्रभु विष्णवे शिवैशंपाय नमाजो सुत्वा धर्मार्मशेषेण पावनानि च सर्वसा युधिष्ठिरशान्तनो पुनरेवाभिभाषतो युधिष्ठिरोवाचो किमेकं दैवतं लोके किमावेकं परायणं सुवञ्चकरञ्जनप्राप्तिर्मा भवतः परमोहानस्य जगन्नाथस्य भूपते विष्णुर्नाम सहस्रं मे शृणुवा भवयामं यानि नामानि गौराणि विख्यातानि महात्मनः ऋषिपरिगीतानि तानि वक्ष्यामि भूतये ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय विष्णुं विष्णु सत्कारो भूतभव्यभवप्रभु उदकदमुदात्मा परमात्मा च मुक्तानं परमात्मे अव्यपुरुष साक्षी वेदज्ञोक्षरैः वचां योगो योगवदानेत प्रभुसीमानो केशव पुरुषोत्तमा सर्वशिवस्तानु भूतादि निधनप्यवा संभवो भावनो भरतां ततो प्रभुरीश्वरः शम्भो समुदाः अनादि निधनो नाथा विदाता धातुरुत्तमाः अप्रमेय ऋषिकेशो पद्मना भूवर प्रभु विष्णुनामानुत्तस्ता सविता सविरोद्वा अग्राय श्वासद कृष्णो रोहिता चपदलना प्रौदस्तगुप्तानं परिक्रमं गलम्बरम् ईशान प्राण प्राणो ज्येष्ठश्रेष्ठ प्रजापति हिरण्यगर्भो भूगर्भो माधवो मधुसूदनः ईश्वरो विक्रमी धनी मेधावी विक्रमश्रमः तमुत्तमो दुरादर्श कृतज्ञ कुतिरात्मवान् सुनीश शरणं सर्वं विश्वरे साम्प्रज्ञानवा प्रत्येक सर्वदर्शना अतः सर्वे सर्वसिद्ध सिद्धि सर्वाद्यस्थिता प्रशादकर्मी आत्मा सर्वयोग विनिसुता असुरसुरमना सत्यो समात्मा समिरसमः अमोघ पुनरीकाशो अमृतस्मास्वस्तानुपरारो महाभयाः सर्वकसतपां विश्वक्षेमो जनार्दनः वेदो वेदविदेवेन्दो वेदाङ्गो वेदविष्कवि लोकादर्शनादर्शो धर्मादर्श्य पुराणः चतुरात्मा चतुर्वेदो चतुर्दशनं चतुर्भुजा वादिशूरभोजनं सहिष्णु जगदादिजा अनघो विजयो चेता विश्वयोनि पुनर्वसु उपेन्द्रो वामनप्रासु ब्रह्मगरुतिरूपिता अतीन्द्रसकर सर्वो दुरात्मा यमो यमः वैद्यो वेद्य सदा योगी विरहामाधो अतीन्द्रियो महामायो महोत्साहो महाबला महाबुद्धिर्महाविद्यो महाशक्ति महागुति अनिदेशो श्रीमान् रमेणात्मा महाविदुः मनीश्वासो महीभर्ता श्रीनिवाससनाकरी अनिरुद्धसुरानन्दो गोविन्दो गोविन्दाम्पति मनीचिरमनोहंसो सुपर्णो भुजभूषणः हिरण्यनाभसुतपा पद्मनाभ प्रजापतिः अमृतसन्दाता सन्धिमास्तिराः अजो दुवर्षनसात्मा विश्वसात्मा असुरार्या गुरुर्गुरुतमो धामं सत्यपराक्रमः निमिषो निमिषस्पति वाचस्पति युधावधीः अकरणीर्ग्रामणीः श्रीमान् न्यायो नेता समीरणा सहस्रमूर्धात्मा सहस्राच सहस्रपाद आवर्तनो निरुतात्मा संवृत संपरमर्दनः संपर्तको वनिः रणिलो धरणीधरः सुप्रसाद प्रसन्नात्मा विश्वदुग् विश्वभुक् विभुः सप्तता सप्तसाधु जनो नारायणो नरा असंख्यो प्रणयात्मा विशेष संकल्पो सिद्धिद सिद्धि साधनाः वृषाहि वृषभो विष्णु वृषभरवा वृषोदराः वर्धनो वर्धमानस्य विविक्त सुदीक्षाकरः सुभजो दुर्धरो वाग्मी महेन्द्रो वसुदो वसो नैकरूपो बहुद्रूपो श्रीविश्वप्रकाशनाः औतस्ते ज्योतिर्दिगर प्रकाशात्मा प्रतापनः युगपष्टुपस्करद्युतिः अमृतासु बौद्धभानु ससबिन्दु सुरेश्वरः औषधं जगतस्येतु सत्यधर्मपराक्रमाः भूतभगभवन्नाथो पवनपावनोदराः कामः कामदत्तान्तु कामप्रभो युगादिरुद्गावतो नैकमायो महाजनाः अदर्श्यो व्यक्तरूपस्य सहस्रजीदनन्तजी इष्टो विशेषशिष्टेन शिखण्डी नवसोरुषा क्रोधः क्रोधतत्तरता विश्वबाहु महीधराः तो वासमानुजाः अपादिदीनधिष्ठानो ब्रह्ममण्डलधरोदुर्यो वरदो वायुवाहनाः वासुदेव बोधमानो राधिदेव पुरन्दराः अशोकस्तावनाकारो शूरसौरी जनीश्वराः अनुपुरस्नावरदो परिणीपदविवेक्षणाः अदमा घोरविन्दाक्षो परमगर्भस्वैरवृत् महद्यरुद्धो वृद्धात्मा महाक्षो गरुडध्वजाः अतुरस्सरभो भीमो सर्वलक्षणलक्षण्यो लक्ष्मीवान् समतिजयाः विचरो रोहितो मार्गो हेतुदामोदरसः महीधरो महाभागो वेगवान् विनाशनाः उद्भवो शोभनो देवो श्रीगर्भपरमेश्वराः तरणं कारणं कर्ता विकर्ता गहनो गुहाः व्यवसाय व्यवस्थानं संस्थानस्थानतो ध्रुवाः परदी परमपष्टो तुष्टपुष्टसुवेक्षणाः रामो विरामो विरजो मार्गो नेयो नयो नयाः विदशक्तिमनां श्रेष्ठो धर्मो धर्मविदुत्तमाः वैकुण्ठपुरुषप्राणं प्राणदत्तशत्रुघ्नो व्याप्तो वायुप्रदोषजाः ऋतुः सुदर्शनग्रहाः उग्रसंवत्सरो रक्षो विश्रामो विश्वदक्षिणाः विस्तारस्तावस्तानु प्रमाणं बीजमव्ययम् अर्थो नर्तो महाकोशो महाभोगो महाधनाः अरिण्यसविष्टो भू धर्मयूपो महामताः नक्षत्रे नक्षत्री समक्षामुक्षमीहनाः यज्ञविद्यो महेशस्य क्रतुसत्रसदाङ्गदीः सर्वदर्शी विमुक्तात्मान्तमं श्रोतस्सुमुखसूक्ष्म सुखदस्सुखदस्सुह मनोहरोचितक्रोधो विरबाहु विदारणः स्वापनसवसो व्यापी नैकात्मानेककर्मकुदं नस्तलो वस्तलो वस्मि रत्नगर्भो धनेश्वराः धर्मगुप्तर्मी सदसक्षरमक्षरम् अविज्ञाता सहस्रासु विधाता कृतलक्षणाः गवस्तिनेमि सस्वस्तो सिंहो भूतमहेश्वराः आदिदेवो महादेवो देवेषु देववद्गुरुः उत्तरोर्भोपतिर्भोक्ता ज्ञानगम्य पुरातनाः शरीरभुद्भोक्ता कपीन्द्रो पुरिदक्षिणाः सोमो मृतपः पुरुचित् पुरुषोत्तमाः विनयो जयशक्तिसङ्गो दारसाः स्वात्वतां पतिः जीवो विनियता साक्षी मुकुन्दो विदतिक्रमाः अम्बो निधरमन्तात्मा महोदधीशयोऽन्तकाः अजो महारसाभाव्यो प्रमोदनाः आनन्दो नन्दनो नन्दो सत्यधर्मातिविक्रमाः महर्षि कपिलाचार्यो पुरज्ञो वेदनीप्रतिः त्रिपदक्षो महाशुक्रकुतान्तको महावराहो गोविन्दो सुसेन कनकाङ्गदी गुह्यो गभीरो गहनो गुप्तचक्र गदाधराः वेदाश्वाङ्गो जयकृष्णो गदशङ्गविष्णुमर्चिताः वर्णो मानो वक्षो कुक्षराक्षो महामनाः भगवान् भगहारन्ति वनमाली फलायुधाः आदित्यो ज्योतिरादित्यो सहिष्णुर्गतिसत्तमाः सुधन्वा खण्डपरशु दारुणो द्रविणप्रदाः निष्फलदृष्टासो वाचस्पतिरयो निजाः ईशानसामो सामो निर्वाणं भेषजं दिशगो संन्यासगुच्छमशान्तो निष्काशान्ति परायणं शुभाङ्गस्ताञ्जलस्तस्ता मूलकोलेशयाः गोहितो गोपतिर्भोक्ता कुशपाक्षो सप्रियाः अनीवर्णे वृतात्मा संसेत्ता सेमुकृच्छिवाः श्रीवत्सवत्सा श्रीवासो श्रीपतिदशिशश्रीनिवासो श्रीनिधि श्रीविभावनाः श्रीलोकत्रयाश्रयाः स्वसङ्गसदानन्दो नन्दिर्ज्योतिर्गणेश्वराः विचितात्मा विधेयात्मा सत्कीर्ति छिन्न संशयाः उदिनः सर्वतच्चक्षु रणिशश्वासतस्थिराः वचयो वचनोर्भूति विशोकशोकनाशनाः अर्तिस्मानचितकुम्भो विशुद्धात्मा विशोधनाः अनिरुद्धो प्रतिरद्धो अद्युम्नो विदविक्रमाः कामने विनिहावीरो शौरीशूरजनेश्वराः तिलोकात्मा तिलोकेषु केशवद्यशिखाहरिः कामदेव कामपालो कामीकान्त कुतागमाः गणेश्वर विष्णु विरोनन्तो धनञ्जयाः ब्रह्मण्यो ब्रह्मकृद्ब्रह्म ब्रह्म ब्रह्म विवर्धनाः ब्रह्मविद् ब्राह्मणो ब्रह्मी ब्रह्मज्ञो ब्राह्मणप्रियाः महाक्रमो महाकर्म महातेजा महोरगाः महाकर्पुर्महायज्वा महायज्ञो महाभिः तजस्तो प्रियस्तोत्रम् स्तुतिस्तोता रणप्रियाः पूर्णपुरेता पुण्यो पुण्यकीर्ति रजस्वीर्धकरो वसुरेता वसुप्रदाः वसुप्रदो वासुदेवो वसुर्वसुर्मनाहवीः सत्कत् सुरसेनो यदुश्रेष्ठो सन्निवासस्यामुनाः भूतावासो वासुदेवो सर्वासु निल यो नराः दर्पः दर्पदो दुप्तो दुर्धरोधा पराजिताः विश्वमूर्तिर्महामूर्तिर् दीप्तमूर्तिरमूर्तिमान् अनेकमूर्ति रव्यक्त शतमूर्ति शताननाः ऐको नैको सवत्पङ्क्ति यतत्पत्तमनुत्तमं लोकबन्धुर्लोकनाथो माधवो भक्तवत्सलाः सुवर्णवर्णहेमाङ्गो वराङ्गकङ्काङ्गनीः विषमशून्यो लुताश्चिरचराचराः अमानिमानदो मान्यो लोकस्वामी सत्यमेधाधराधराः सर्वशस्त्रभूताम्बराः पत्रो निग्रो व्यग्रो नैकशृङ्गो गदागजाः चतुर्मूर्ति चतुर्बाहु चतुर्विह चतुर्गतिः चतुरात्मा चतुर्भावो चतुर्वेदविदेकवान् समावर्तो निवृतात्मा दुर्जयो दुरतिक्रमणः दुर्लभो दुर्गमो दुर्गो दुरावासो दुरार्याः शुभांगो लोकसाधकः स्वतंत्रवर्धनाः इंद्रकर्मा महाकर्मा कुलकर्मा कुलाकर्माः उल्को सुन्दर सुन्दो रत्नलावशुलोचनाः अर्को वाचन शृङ्गे जयन्तः सर्वविद्यै सुवर्णबिन्दुरक्षोभ्यो सर्ववागीश्वरेश्वराः महारथो महाकरदो महाभूतो महानिधिः कुमुदकुन्दरकुन्द अर्जन्य पावनो नीलाः नवृता शोभृतवपुः सुलभः सुवतः सिद्ध शत्रुदिः शत्रुतापनाः नगरो दोदुम्बरो शत्रु सानूरान्द्र निशूदराः सहस्रादि सप्तजिह्वो सप्तेधा सप्तमाहनाः अमूर्तिरणगोचनाः अनुर्भुरकुतस्थूलो गुणभिर्निर्गुणो महान् अदुतस्वदुतश्वास प्राङ्गवंशो वंशवर्धनाः भारपुत्कथितो योगी योगीश सर्वकामदाः असमस्समनस्साम सुपर्णो वायुवाहनाः धनुर्धनो धनुर्वेदो दण्डोदमितादमाः अपराजित सर्वसो नियन्ता नियमो यमाः सत्त्ववान् स्वातिर्य सत्यो सत्यधर्म परायणाः अभिप्राह प्रियाहोर्हो प्रियकृत् इति वर्धनाः विहाय सकलिर्ज्योतिर् सुरुचिर्भुद्भुद्विभुः कविर्विरोचन सूर्यो सवितार विरोचनाः अनन्तो बुद्भोक्ता सुखदो निकजोधरा लोकादिष्टावद्भुताः सनात् सनात्तनतम कपिलत् कपिरभ्यवाः स्वस्तिभुः स्वस्तिभुः स्वस्ति स्वस्तिभुः स्वस्ति दक्षिणाः रोद्रकुण्डली चक्रीर् विक्रमरुचिरसहासनाः सप्तादीर्घसदसः शिशिरस्तरवरीकलक्षो दक्षिणक्षमिनाम्बराः विद्वत्तमो विदभय पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनाः उत्तारणो दुष्कुलिहिता पुण्यो दुष्वप्रणाशनाः विरहारक्षणसन्तो जीवन परिवस्थिताः अनन्तरूपनन्तरसि जितमन्युभयापयाः चतुरस्थो गभीरात्मा विदिशो व्यादिशो दिशाः अनादिर्भुर्भो लक्ष्मी सुवीरो रुचिराङ्गदाः जनो जनजन्मादिर् भीमो भीम पराक्रमाः आधारनिरोधाता पुष्पः सपजागराः उर्धव सत्पथाचारो प्राणद प्रणवप्राणाः प्रमाणं प्राणनिलयं प्राणकृत् प्राणजीवनाः तत्त्वं तत्त्वं विदेयात्मा जन्ममृत्युजरादिगाः पूर्वस्वरुस्तारो सविता प्रपितामहाः यज्ञो यज्ञपति यज्ञां यज्ञाङ्गो यज्ञवाहनाः यज्ञभुत् यज्ञबुद्धियज्ञे यज्ञभुत् यज्ञसाधनाः यज्ञाङ्गनगुह्यो मन्नमन्नादेवजो आत्मयोनि स्वयं जातो वैखानसामलायनाः देवकी नन्दनसस्का शिशिरपापनाः शङ्खपुण्डकी चक्री शारङ्गन्धर्वागदाधराः तथाङ्गपाणि रक्षोभ्यो ओ सर्वप्रहरणायुधाः ओ सर्वप्रहरणायुधाः ओम नमः इदिदं तीरकनीयस्यो केशवस्यो महात्मना नानां सहस्रविज्ञानं महेशेन प्रकीर्तितं यैदं सूर्यादित्यं यष्टावि परिकीर्तयेत् न शुभं प्राप्नुयात् किञ्चित् सोहमे प्रजमानवाः वेदान्तगो ब्राह्मणस्य क्षत्रयो विजयी भवेत् वैश्यो धनसमृद्धस्य शूद्रशूद्रापुण्यात् धर्म मर्थार्थी चापुण्यात्मजं कामानवानुयात्कामी प्रजार्थी चापुण्यात्मजं भक्तिमान्यस्तदोस्ताय सुरिजत् कथमानशाः सहस्रं वासुदेवस्यो नाम्नामे तत् प्रकीर्तये यशप्राप्नोति विदुरं ज्ञाति प्राधान्यमेव च अथवाक्षयमाप्नोति क्षेमात्मोत्तमोत्तमं न भयं कथिदाप्नोति वीर्यं ते कस्तविन्दति भवत्यरोगोतिमा फलरूपगुणानिधाः रोगा गोमुचने रोगा बद्धो मुच्येत वंशान् मयान् मुच्येत वीतस्तु मुच्येतापन आपराः दुर्गान्यतिकरस्यासु पुरुषोत्तमं स्तुवन्नाम सहस्रेण नित्यं भक्ति समन्विताः वासुदेवाक्षयोमर्त्यो वासुदेवपरायण सर्वपापविशुद्धात्मा याति ब्रह्मसनातनं न वासुदेव भक्तानाम् अशुभं विदते कचित् अशुभं विदते कचित् ॐ भगवान् शुभं विदते कचित् हरि ओम अस्य प्रेतस्य प्रेतत्व विमुक्ति पूर्वकञ्च भगवन्तो हरि ओम नारायण देवताः हरि ओम प्रसन्नता सिद्धिरस्तु नारायण देवताः प्रसन्नता सिद्धिरस्तु श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम 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 जय श्री कृष्ण श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम जय श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे नारायण नारायण जय गोपाल हरे नारायण नारायण जय गोपाल हरे अच्युता शरण शरण कमला लालिता शरण नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे नारायण नारायण जय गोपाल हरे नारायण नारायण जय गोपाल हरे अद्भुत पुण्य चरित्र जय रघुवर कपिमित्र नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे क्षीर समुद्र ईश्वरयान नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे नारायण जय गोपाल हरे अनसूया सुत गुरुवर दत्तात्रेय दिगंबर नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे नारायण जय गोविंद हरे नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे नारायण नारायण जय गोपाल हरे क्षीर समुद्र शयन जय पक्षीश्वरयान नारायण जय गोविंद हरे नारायण जय गोपाल हरे नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे नारायण नारायण जय गोपाल हरे शांति 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 जय जो शांति दाता हे भगवान शांति 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 दे जो शांति दाता हे भगवान मरण थी मुक्ति दे जो मुक्ति दाता हे भगवान जन्म मरण थी मुक्ति दे जो मुक्ति दाता हे भगवान परम धामन मंदिर नातु खोली देने द्वार परम धामन मंदिर नातु खोली देने द्वार तारो कम था तारा शरणे आयो प्राण तारो कम था तारा शरणे आयो प्राण चरण कमळेवा मनमा हुंडी आश चरण कमळमा शरणु लेवा मनमा हुंडी आस साटो एनो स्मरण करे परिवार सफल करजो आटो एनो स्मरण करे परिवार शांति 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 देजो शांति भगवान शांति 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 देजो शांति दाता हे भगवान जन्म मरण थे मुक्ति देजो मुक्ति दाता हे भगवान લક્ષમાનૈકાપજો પરમાત્માએ આત્માને શાંતિ શાંતિ આપજો પરમાત્માએ આત્માને ચિર શાંતિ આપજો સુસંપત્તિ સુવિચાર મે સદકર્મનો દૈવારસો જન્મો જન્મ સત્સંગતિ નિરતાર બહાર ઉતારજો આલોકને પરલોકમાં તવ પ્રેમ રગડ વ્યાપજો પરમાત્માએ આત્માને શાંતિ શાંતિ આપજો પરમાત્માએ આત્માંતિ આપજો મળી મોક્ષ કે સુખ સ્વર્ગના આશા ઉરે હદુર્લભ માનવીનો ભજન કરવા ભાવતી માતા કવિ શિવરૂપ હૃદયે વાસજો પરમાત્માએ આત્માને સાચી સાચી આપજો પરમાત્માએ આત્માને શીઘ્ર શાંતિ આપજો માનવતાનું આ છોડીને આપ દ્વારે આવ્યો કર્મના ઢોગ હોવરે પ્રભુ પુણ્યથી ઉતારજો અપરાધમાં ભકરી જહું અમ વિનંતી સ્વીકારજો પરમાત્માએ આત્માને શીર શાંતિ આપજો પરમાત્માએ આત્માને સાચી શાંતિ આપજો હે નાથ જોઈ
Good morning, everyone. As well as for Patel family, I want to thank you all for being here and express our gratitude for your presence and for your wishes and condolences. As they say in chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita, it says the soul is never destructible. You cannot destroy the soul.
Okay.
You cannot see the soul. You cannot put it under fire and destroy it or do any other damage to it. So soul is indestructible as compared to the body. Now, no one has seen the soul because it doesn't have any physical existence. So, the definition of soul, I believe, is open to interpretation. And I'm not a thinker, I'm not a philosopher, but I think my belief is the soul is the memories that one creates when they're living together, when they're coming in contact with each and every one of us. And those memory is indestructible. And I believe that's the soul of one. And the legacy that they left behind is what I believe is the soul. Today I know we are all sad. We are sad because we are losing Bhupen, who many of us call BJs. Some of us call Dada. Some of us call Dad. And some of us called BJ. We are sad because we have lost him physically, but I believe his memory will survive forever. And that is the reason that family has chosen to decide, celebrate his memory and not be saddened, not mourn his death, because the memory is going to be with us forever. So here we are to celebrate his life, his soul, which I believe is his memory. Now, I realize that we are a bit short of time, so we're going to limit ourselves to the events that has been prescribed by the family. So please be respectful to the been arranged. So we're going to start with opening prayers. The opening prayers are Ishavasham and additional selected prayers. Laliben herself has chosen these prayers for everyone to sing together. So we have a paper on the chair, so please follow. Om Bhurvasva Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurvasva Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurvasva Tatsavir Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now Ishavasya Jagat Jakte Brundiya.
Brahma Varune
Pashyantyam yogino yashantam vidusudasudharmaya devaya tasmai namah tameva manachakrameva tvameva bandhushasakrameva tvameva vidyatamya tvameva sarvam mama deva deva asatyo maheti prabhu param satyetu lahija Ramandareti prabhu param tejetu lahija Tuhino shuto tujhe darshananandayja Shri Arjuna Samadhi Masita Jano Kema Keshava Bole Rahe Bhare Kema Punite Sirabhutino Shri Bhanurya Mani Kamana Sarve Chodine Atmamajate Rahe Santushtamati Te Sthita Pragnanavo Duke Udvedana Chitte Sikoni Jankana Gai Gaya Ragaya Varodha Muni Te Sthirabhutino Asakta nahi je kyaya Mare kahi shubha shubha Nagare harshate tvesha Teni prajna tahi sthira Kacho jema angone Temate vishayo chaka Sankare indriyo nisham Teni prajna tahi sthira Nirahari sharirana Kare chetveshayo chaka Rasahitato tema Kare pekataparam Pratno kare toye Sanache naranahare Manenindriyo mastha Vegati vishayo gani Yogati devase rakhi Rayana Indriyo sanyame jeni Teni prajna tahi sthira Vishayo murahe jnanam Tema asakti upate Janme asakti kama Kamati krodhani pate Krodhati mudata ave Mudata smrutine hare Smrti loke buddhi nasha Buddhi nashe vinashache Ragane dvesha chubhevi Indriyo vishayo rahe Vasendriyo siddhamati Devame che prasannata Ame prasannata venam Duho saunasha pamata Amyo prasannata veni Buddhi shivra vanane sthira Ayogine nahi buddhi Ayogine na bhavana Na bhavahine santi Sukhayati asantane Indriyo vishayo tode Te bhute je mahe mana Dehani te hare buddhi Je mavana vane jade Teti jene padivite Raksheli vishayo thaki Indriyo nigrahe raki Teni prajna thai sthira Nishade
सर्वभूतोनि तेमा जागृत संयमी जेमा जागे बधा भूतो ज्ञानी मुनिनी निशा सदा नहीं कोई दिलासो देवामा हूँ रखड़ी रखड़ी भाग्यो प्रभु जी मारा हूँ पूजू चरण तुम्हारा सही दिल में कई कई आशमने सत पंथ बतावे जोत मिलाओ प्रभु जी महाराज पूजू चरण में दिल मान धरो
The microphone is now on. Is it on? Should be. It's now speech button here. Good, thank you.
Om Shri Ganeshaya नमः। साची प्रीत से वाणी जल सुके सुखाय, मायानो हंसलो स्वार्थी जड़ सुके उड़ी जाय। पीड़ाने पिंजरू जुनू 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 लागे, बहुए समझाव्યું તોય પંખી નવું પિંજરું માગે. પંખીડાને આ પિંજરું જૂનું જૂનું લાગે, સમજાવ્યું તોય પંખી નવું પિંજરું માગે. પંખીડાને આ પિંજરું ઉમટ્યો અજંપો એને પંડનારે પ્રાણનો. ઉમટ્યો અજંપો એને પંડનારે પ્રાણનો. અણધાર્યો કર્યો મનોરથ દુર્ણનો. અણદીતે દેશ જાવા લગન એને લાગે, बहुए शिवोहम शिवोहम अमर आत्मा सच्चिदानंद में हूँ. शिवोहम शिव शिवोहम जो परमात्मा है सभी प्राणियों का वही आत्मा है, वही आत्मा सच्चिदानंद में हूँ. शिवोहम 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 शिवो. जिसे शास्त्र काटे न अग्नि जलाए, गलाए न पानी न मृत्यु मिटाए, वही आत्मा सच्चिदानंद में हूँ. शिवोहम शिवोहम शिवोहम. यही ज्ञान अर्जुन को हरि ने सुनाया, यही ज्ञान वेदों में ऋषियों ने पाया, वही आत्मा सच्चिदानंद में हूँ. शिवोहम 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 शिवोहम. जो व्यापक है में है वास जिसका, नहीं तीनों कालों में है नाश जिसका. जो व्यापक है कण कण में है वास जिसका, नहीं तीनों कालों में
Iramasi, thank you so much for the beautiful two songs. They're quite relevant as well as fun. So we want to thank you for this insightful song. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to have a speeches. We are limiting the speeches to a closest family member that includes daughters and 8 grandchildren. I realize that a lot of people in the audience, friends and family, want to say a lot of things. But I think if we do that in private rather than spending time here. So with that in mind, after the speeches are done, pay the respect to BJ or Bhupen, right? And to start with, we're going to do speeches from Smita first. After Smita, we go Amini and then Manisha. Thank you.
Thank you all for being here today to celebrate the life of our dad, Bhupen Patel. Dad was born on November 13th, 1941 in Navagam to Daniben and Jogibai Patel. Life was always built on quiet strength, humility, and a steady determination that carried him through every chapter. He survived by his loving, his 4 daughters, his 4 sons, and his 8 beautiful grandchildren who he was so proud of. My sisters and I always say that each of us had a very different version of Dad. And me being the youngest, I always claimed that I had the best version of him. Probably because I demanded the most attention from him. And somehow he always gave it. He could never say no to me. Growing up, they never missed a game, whether it was 5 minutes away or 5 hours away. They were always there, steadfast, following my school bus in that impeccably clean Toyota of his. That I knew he was right behind us every single time. I honestly can't remember a moment where he wasn't right there, steady and present. And then, decades later, there he was again, standing on the sidelines as I watched him cheer for Rohan. Ro, I'm so grateful you'll be able to carry those memories with you, just like I did growing up. The way he showed up, the way he made you feel seen, the way he was always the loudest cheering you on to score, even though you were a defender. And Priya, your moments with him were just as sweet. The chocolate and the barbecue chips before dinner that Dada would sneak you, they never went unnoticed. I always saw it. I just pretended to look the other way because I knew how much it made him feel seen and how much he would smile. Sharing that little joy with you was something he absolutely loved. You know, Dad's life was never simple or predictable. His story began with courage, traveling as a little boy with our Daniba and his baby sister, our Foiba. By Steve. Well, his father spent years there building a future strong enough to bring them over. He grew up without Joy Dada during many of his formative years, and that early separation truly shaped him in ways that he rarely spoke about. Later, just as life began to feel settled, he and Mom were forced to leave Zambia due to political instability, leaving behind the home and community they had known for decades. They arrived here in a new country with no roadmap, no guarantees, and no safety net. But Dad, he did what he always did. He put his head down and quietly did the very best he could, rebuilding life piece by piece, supported by his sons-in-laws, both Patels at the helm, who stood beside him through every chapter. And through all of that, he stayed rooted in the simplest, most grounded walks around our lake, by our house, that meticulously clean car of his. He would bargain at dealerships. I swear he'd walk out with a brand new car, 10K under MSRP, like it was a sport. He would not take no for an answer. He would do things like sweep the patio and the garage every single day, and he'd fix things no one asked him to fix. I was just thinking this morning that the last time they were at our house, Amit had mentioned to me, Dad must have overheard, and Amit mentioned to me that the back gate it just needed to be tightened with screws and to call the handyman. And a few weeks passed, and we talked about that back gate again, and I went back there just to call the handyman, just to let him know, and it was fixed. He had done it without even letting us know. Those weren't just chores to him. They were his way of staying present, connected to his home, to his girls, and to his family. And in his twilight years, Jeej and Ben gave him and Mom more than just a place to live. They gave him a home, a neighborhood, and a community here in Port St. Lucie. A place where they truly belonged, where they felt held and supported. And Jeej and Ben, in his final hours, there you were, always steady, always present, showing up with the same unwavering loyalty he showed all of us his entire life. I'll always carry you with me, Daddy, in Roman's stance on the field, in Priya's love for and in the beautiful little signs of you that show up in all of us every day. I love you forever, Daddy. I miss you so much.
Mom, you took such beautiful care of him always. You were his constant, his comfort, his home. The way you did him and loved him was something he appreciated more deeply than he ever said out loud. Dad was a man of few words, but with you, he felt safe with you in a way that shaped how all of us learned about love, loyalty, and commitment. And that same commitment he felt with you flowed naturally into the way he cared for his daughters. He did not follow his own beliefs and his own vision for us. Marriage was never the goal he pushed for us. Instead, he focused on education, independence, and securing a future where we could stand on our own. He showed that through his actions. He drove us to Lusaka again and again, all the way to the American Embassy, hoping for visas that would open doors he never had. He wanted He showed that through his actions, words he never had. He wanted his girls educated, protected, and free. Never limited, never at risk, and never boxed in by any expectations that did not fit who we were meant to become. And that commitment did not stop with us. It carried straight into how he showed up for his grandchildren. No matter the distance, Mom and Dad made it a priority to be there for Anjali and Ravi's graduations, watching them walk across that stage, receiving every degree they worked on so hard for, meant everything to them. They were so proud, not just of the accomplishments, but of the values, discipline, and drive they saw reflected back. The very things they spent their entire lives instilling in all of us. Dad, you will always live within us. We'll always love you. For into a story. He opened up so gently, sharing pieces of his childhood and the adventures he lived through. The challenges he pushed past and the people who shaped him. No matter where his stories began, they always found their way back to what mattered most. His wife, his daughters, his sons, and his grandchildren. Dad was deeply in tune with all of us, with Rishi, with grandkids, and his girls. We did not need many words from him. He just knew what we needed. He stood by us even when the world expected more traditional. His daughters were his whole life. He always put us on a pedestal. If we ever by chance cooked something bad for him, he would just smile. He would never say anything bad. He would always say, "Beta, it's very good. Keep it up." Some of my happiest memories with him were on the dance floor. With all of us, with this family. And sometimes he would hesitate. He wouldn't want to come on the dance floor. But we kind of made him. And I didn't have to go get him. He came on his own to dance with us. Those were the moments where his happiness showed most. Effortless and completely genuine. And then there were younger days in Zambia. Every now and then, which we had to take the story out of him, he would gently slip out with a couple of his friends for a simple night, a beer or two, and some chicken. Local come. Sometimes he would wake up to Jogi Dada's full wrath when the hangover gave him away. A reminder that just like his daughters, he liked to have a little fun too. Love you, Daddy. We miss you.
I want to thank everyone for coming. When I look out and I see all these eyes, I realize how many lives he has touched, directly himself or through one of us. And it is amazing. Dad was built in a way that made us all feel safe. He brought order to everything, not because he was strict, but because he cared. Every routine had a purpose. Every habit meant something. His discipline was gentle, loving, and steady. His car was spotless. I know, you guys keep hearing about the car, and you will keep hearing about the car. Something that was brought to my attention yesterday that we do notice, but he actually took a lot of time in grooming himself as well. Very, very disciplined. He had a routine. His thoughts were clear. His way of living showed the world who he was. A man who believed that how you carry yourself is how you show respect. I was lucky enough to have two versions of my dad. The first was the early version, the dad I learned from quietly. He didn't need to lecture or correct. He just lived with intention, and I absorbed it. I didn't realize it then, but I was becoming him. The plans, the structure, that was all him and me. It made me a strong student, helped me run a household, shaped how I parent, and later helped me build a small business. His discipline wasn't just a trait, it became my backbone. Then came my favorite, the version I got to reconnect with over the last 10 years. At first, Mom and Dad would come down just for the winter months. South Carolina got cold. And Dad fell in love with his long walks in Florida. Somewhere along the way, he even inspired me to start walking with him. And then, when COVID came, they moved to Florida permanently. And every evening, Dad would sit on the same bar stool with exactly 5 ounces of red wine. Not just any red wine. That is not okay. Dornfelder from Germany, slightly sweet.
Terribly sweet.
And if anybody listened, he would tell them about this awesome wine from Germany. We would always cheers. That was non-negotiable. Sometimes I would try to behave. Daddy, it's school night. And he's like, Bitte, just one glass. And him to say, just one glass. And I would pour myself some. We would cheers. And at times, it was just me and Dad. I'm cooking away. I didn't need to talk. He didn't need to talk. And sometimes we would chat. And then if I didn't feel like talking, he would just quietly sit there and observe me and would know that that's what I needed. I needed some peace. I would cook, he would sit and sip his wine, and then quietly, without saying one word to me, would step away. Just some quiet time. Instinct for people. He watched, he listened, he noticed everything. He could understand a person within minutes and always sensed their goodness. He welcomed you into his world. His love had no boundaries. But Dad, that was his superpower. He could sit quietly in a room and take in every detail. To hear his observations, I was, at many times, nothing unexpectedly funny that I would be doubled over laughing. Nothing rattled him. Nothing. Not chaos, not noise, not stress. Around like a tornado, which we all know she can do, he would stay calm, steady, and focused on his task. And somehow, everything always got done. His calm was a gift. His patience was a gift. His presence was a gift. Dad lived with humility, but everything he did was filled with extraordinary love. And the seeds he planted in all of us, discipline, patience, kindness, resilience, they continue to grow in how we love, in how we show up for each other, in how we move through the world with quiet strength, just like him. And as Mom always says, his garden is full. Dad, tomaro laro to bare loche. I will miss him. I will certainly miss my evenings with him. But I also know that he is in a better place. And I wish him to not struggle anymore and to find peace. And I know for sure that he is in a better realm now. Thank you.
Now we're going to have the grandchildren rejoice the memory, and in celebration we're going to start with Anjali, then Ravi, then Savant, then Vivek, Virrain, Rohan, and Priya. Thank you.
Dada, I miss you so much. I love you. I loved when you would give me chocolate and climb my cheek, shove my cheeks. I will do well in school because the boss, become the boss, and I will love you forever. Love, Priya. Thank you. Love you.
As many of you know, our Dada was a man of few words. But where he lacked in words, he made up in pride and love for those he held dearly. He didn't always say things out loud, but you felt them. Dada was a big, big feeler. He showed us that being emotional wasn't a weakness, but rather proof that you cared so deeply. Every summer, Rev and I would visit Ba and Dada in Colombia. If you ever wanted a moment of quiet, you could sneak into the living room and sit next to Dada. There was always a calm to being near him. Sometimes he just gave you a gentle pat in the hand, flattened out a crease in your shirt that was definitely bothering him, or gave you a really tight squeeze of the cheeks with the two hands. Dada noticed everything, and those small actions were his love language. On FaceTime, Dada usually had 3 signature lines during our catch-ups. The first, "You making money?" is a way of checking in on my employment status. The second, "That's good, keep it up." His response to any remotely positive achievement I shared. And finally, "Don't worry, Beta, I'm keeping good," whenever I asked how he was. Dada, I promise to do my best to stay in the green and keep it up every day. And just like you always promised me, you don't have to worry about us. We'll keep good, carrying everything you taught us with us always. Thank you.
I want to first thank everyone for joining us in honoring and celebrating my Dada's life. Like me, I imagine you've all been touched by his calming presence in ways that words cannot do justice. My fondest memories of Dada are the ones probably most representative of his very endearing personality, whether it's routinely flattening out a crease on your pant leg, nursing a glass of his incredibly sweet German red wine, or requests for oddly specific items from Amazon, most of which went to making his already clean car even more spotless. Whatever it was, Dada always showed how close he held us to his heart. And as my mom so aptly puts, Dada is her quiet cheerleader. Dada, as your soul moves into another vehicle and another lifetime awaits you, know that your legacy will continue to be honored by all of those in the room. May you never see a day without endless amounts of sugary sweet wine. May your clothes always be pristine and pressed, and may you always find yourself surrounded by the same love and aura that you've graced so many of us with.
Hi everyone. Today I'll be speaking on behalf of my younger brother, Rishi, and I to honor and celebrate our grandfather, Bhupen. When I think about him, I'm grateful for the time we had together and the presence that he had in all of our lives. During the holidays and colder winter months, him and Ba would come stay with us in Miami, where many of my basketball games in school and other rec leagues would take place in my games. And sometimes when running down the court, I would see him and he would give me a nice signature, a classic, you remember, right? Remember? You go like this and then his quiet but yet powerful way to cheer me on every game, and he came to many of them. Seeing him in the stands cheer me on is something I'll always remember. He truly had a special way of making his presence felt in his own unique way. Whether he was sitting on the swing outside, enjoying the outside breeze, offering me some Lay's potato chips and some red wine before dinner, or asking me how things were going on our FaceTime calls. The presence he had and his gentle soul is something I'll miss and I'll never forget.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. When I remember Bhupen Dada, I'll never forget the memories we made together, but they're going to live through everybody that's here today. Dada's life and journey across 4 continents don't even begin to capture who he truly was. What mattered most to him was always his family. Through living with him and watching him, I learned how to find happiness and joy in just the smallest things with the people closest to us. Dada and Ba raised the 4 strongest women I'll ever know, my mom and my masis, who would always bring a smile to his face whenever he would see them. When Dada would stay with us during the winters, because he couldn't stand those Carolina cold winters, he loved being involved in our everyday lives, whether it was going to our soccer games or anything else. And sometimes that meant picking up Vern and I from school in the cleanest car you'll ever see, as everybody's already said. Those car trips, as quiet and short as they might have been while I read a book or just listened to music, will stay with me forever. Dada living with us taught me so much about who he was as a person. His simple pleasures in life were just that, simple. And that is what made them so special. One of the memories I'll always hold on to is how much he enjoyed having that specific glass of Dornfelder red wine just before dinner with some Sherdo or some sort of snack every day. So I hope that the next time any of us are sitting down for a drink with dinner, spending time with family, or cleaning your car, you remember that Bhupen Dada is thinking of us in his next life with that big smile on his face.
So a couple days ago, I was drinking chai with Ba, as I do most mornings when I'm home. She said something that really stayed with me. She said that we should only think of happy memories with Dada because it'll allow his soul to go into a happier body in his next life. So as I tell you some of my happiest memories, I want you to think about your happiest memories with Dada. Mine obviously revolve around his car. Coming home from school, I would always be tasked with going on Amazon and endlessly scrolling for a specific part. Then he'd give me his credit card and hope I didn't walk in while I go buy the part. And I remember the first time I drove his car to Miami. I figured it was 2 p.m., he'd take a nap in the back seat, but he spent the full 2 hours staring at the speedometer, making sure I didn't go over. And of course, I did a couple times just to get him going a little bit. So as we sit here today, I hope that everyone can remember their happiest memories with Dada And hopefully in his next life he'll get a car he loved as much as that Highlander.
Take this off.
Dear Dada, I remember when you used to give me chocolates, always cheer me on soccer games, and much more. You may not be alive, but you'll always been in our heart. You'll always be in our hearts. I am glad to see so many people for Dada's funeral. This is an important event, and we all need to remember it. But most importantly, we need to remember Dada. Dada was a caring and kind grandpa. He enjoyed watching my soccer games and always checked on us if we were okay. Dada was helpful and always wanted us to study hard. Dada, thank you for being in my life. I am thankful for you as a grandpa, and nobody wanted to lose you. But you should know that we will never forget you.
Thank you all for the wonderful memory. I just have one thing to say before we start everybody else to proceed with the respect. You know, in Gujarati they always say that the kids' progress, children's prosperity, children's happiness is because of elderly's punya. They use the word punya. And I believe they mean, elderly means their parents. I'm not so sure that punya means how many times they went to temple. I don't know what punya means, how many times they did the ritual, or how many times they did the pilgrimage. I firmly believe that the punya is what they instilled in their children. Their values, of love, in teaching them and asking them to respect the hard work that they do and telling them that there is no alternative to hard work. I'm sure some of you are familiar with the phrase that the character is built by adversity. And that's what parents, I believe, the punya is. And if I look at BJ today and I look at the girls, it cannot be any more than what I've just said. This man has accomplished so much more in the adversity that I don't know too many people who could do that. So today, we are here to celebrate BJ, and I'm going to ask everyone to stop by, pick up some flowers, put it near his feet, provide respect to him. At the same time, we would like you to send condolences to Laliben, hopefully from distance, so she'll stay in the chair and be comfortable. So please, we'll have one by one, we'll come by and provide respect to BJ prior to doing the cremation. Thank you.
Who is on backside standing at outside room, please come fast. This is the immediate family later on, please. Some people is outside, please.
Yeah, okay, I'll make some time, yeah.
once everybody has paid their respect, cremation is really limited. So, and after the cremation is done, there's going to be a lunch at Taladi's residence. So we would love to have you come there if you can. Thank you.